Good evening and welcome to the Woodland Middle School Orchestra's spring concert. What you just heard was our 6th grade orchestra performing a piece in the fiddle style called Cripple Creek. As they leave the stage and our 7th and 8th grade orchestra comes onto the stage, you'll notice that a couple or 3 of our students are going to break off, and they'll be right down here in the front. This Saturday, on top of what we do in the classroom as a large ensemble, we also get a time period every year where we get to focus on solo and small ensemble playing, which is very different. Because in the large ensemble, they have a conductor in front of them, they have a large group of people to blend into. In solo and ensemble playing, they do not have a conductor, they are self-led, and they are extremely exposed in their sound, which can be a little nerve-wracking to people the first time that they ever do this. This Saturday, most of the players up here that you see will be attending the MTSBOA Solo and Ensemble Festival, where they will go and they've been preparing solos, trios, quartets, things of that nature, and they'll be performing those for some judges and coaches, and they should have a really good time. To give you an idea of what this is like, I asked some of our younger players from our 6th grade class if they would mind coming up and playing their piece that they'll be playing on Saturday. This is Ramya Vadapalli, Abby Burton, and Abigail Poteet, and they are playing The Rose Garden. year, the Woodland Orchestra, it's the second year we've been in existence, and it's the first year that the 7th and 8th grade orchestra went to the illustrious NTSBOA Concert Performance Assessment. Now, the first time you go up on that stage can be very nerve-wracking. It's a large stage with lots of fantastic orchestras listening to you play, as well as 3 judges in the back of the room who are talking into microphones the whole time. And these guys, through tons of snow days and I think we had 4 canceled after-school rehearsals, they got up on that stage and they blew the judges away. They received all superiors from all 3 judges that day, as you can see by the wonderful trophies they have down here. If you would give them a round of applause. But we realized that our parents never got to hear what they played to win these lovely trophies. So we thought we'd play for you one of the pieces tonight, Gargoyles by Doug Spada. Forgive me, I'm going to come off the stage for this next part. So this, of course, being the spring concert, it is time. We've had a wonderful year. The 6th graders have grown up before my very eyes, and I can already see how quickly they become the 7th graders. On the other side of that, this is tough in the world of an orchestra teacher because, well, technically this year it's the second to the last time, but this is the last time that I will have my 8th graders alone in this concert setting. And to that end, we always have a tradition of recognizing our 8th graders. They're moving on to high school. It's a momentous time in their lives. We have loved having them here, but now we must let them leave the nest and fly. So tonight, we are doing 8th grade recognitions. And our first one, of course, is to Rohit Vadapalli, who has been started on bass last year with us, even though he played violin. Did an amazing job as a bass player, and then came in this year and focused on his violin playing and has grown tremendously. The next person has been an amazing young lady in the classroom. She always has a good laugh going on every single day. She is rambunctious and vivacious and has been an amazing addition to the Woodland Orchestra this year. That is Miss Sadia Lott. We had a new arrival this semester, and I couldn't have been more thrilled. She came into orchestra and immediately fit right in with the rest of the 8th graders. Always with a great smile, always with a good joke, and playing her heart out all the time, Miss Erin Stupinski. Okay, near and dear to my heart. The next young lady, I remember her coming in last year, and she had a few violin lessons before she came in, and she just worked. She worked and she worked, and I was like, wow, she'll do anything that I ask her to do on that violin. It's wonderful. Couldn't ask for better, and that is Miss Bella Dawson. Not to be outdone, there was always a young lady in class who was very quiet. And then it came time for playing tests. And she didn't say much. All the kids around her would joke, and she'd just kind of smile along. And I think it was probably about 6 months into that first year before I heard her voice. But then she did her first playing test in front of everybody, and I just went, where did that sound come from? That was great. And she's just grown ever since. That's Miss Nadia Siddiqui. Now, of course, we couldn't do this without the other sections besides the violins. And I will start with the young man, actually, who took up viola last year and became fascinated with a lot of the great classics. We've had a lot of fun talking about things like In the Hall of the Mountain King, all the way up to heavy metal music. But over the summer, I sent out word. I said, I need somebody who would please come in and play for orientation for us. And he was the first one to volunteer. He came into extra orientation sessions, and he played solo viola for the 5th graders who were coming in. And I was so proud of that beautiful, rich viola sound. That's Mr. Justin Portellier. Not to be outdone, but this year I got another great addition to the 8th grade orchestra. Came out of Virginia, amazing player, immediately jumped in, started doing mid-state, started doing everything it related to orchestra. Always had a smile on her face, and that helped us grow this amazing viola section that we see on the stage tonight. That is Sarah Preston. The next person in the next section over is quite an interesting story. See, we had a little issue at the beginning of the year in that there's a strange phenomenon amongst our cellists. They seem to move a lot. And so where we had a large cello section, all of a sudden everybody was like, well, I'm moving to Ohio. One lady was, I'm moving back to Korea. All of this kind of stuff. And we looked around and went, oh my goodness, Haley was the cellist. So we put a call out to the whole Woodland Middle School, said anybody who wants to come and learn how to play cello or bass, because we were looking for bass players, please come in the afternoons, come on in, let's try this out. And one young lady came into the class and immediately fell in love with that cello and just kept playing and really took to the cello to the point I asked her, I said, look, I know you're not in the orchestra class yet, but would you come and play at concert festival with us? And she did. Within 2 months of learning cello, she was on the concert festival stage, and that is an amazing musical feat. And she, of course, is here tonight playing a lovely cello for you again. That is actually Emily Preston. Okay, so my last dedication, I'm going to try not to cry because I'm looking at all these kids and going, you can't leave me. This last dedication tonight goes to the most amazing young lady. I actually had the honor of teaching her when she was in 5th grade. And I was doing student teaching at Croft Middle School. And she was the only girl in this bass section of 10. And I'm not biased at all. She was the best. So, and then I come here to Woodland in the first year, and I walk into my classroom, and there she is again. I could not have been more thrilled to have her here. She is off to great things, not only in orchestra, but in basketball, correct? Yes, lots of sports. And it's just been such a dear. It's been wonderful watching her grow up. That's Miss Tylee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 8th grade class. At this time, I would like to invite our 6th grade orchestra to join us up on stage for our final piece this evening. Before everybody goes home to get a good night's sleep, wake up, eat a great breakfast, and come in for decaps tomorrow.
What the? What? I should have thrown you away? Okay, I'm sorry.
Williamson County was named after Dr. Hugh Williamson, a signer of the U.S. Constitution. The county was incorporated on October 26, 1799. The official seal was adopted in July 1968. The seal, designed by county historian Virginia Bowman and journalist James H. Armistead, was accepted by Judge Fulton Greer at the July 15, 1968 quarterly court term. It features 4 quadrants representing the diversity of the county. The upper left section depicts a flag and cannon which symbolizes the rich history in the county. The upper right quadrant shows a schoolhouse illustrating the importance of education. The lower left portrays a Bible in front of a church window which represents religion. The lower right segment shows farm animals denoting agriculture.